Welcome to the Make and Design podcast. I'm Carina Gardner, and today I want to talk about locked drawers. So I had this thought about locked drawers because I think there are people who have locked hearts, they have locked ideas, and so I thought we'd kick this off with a little fun story and see if this relates to you. All right, so here we go. There once was a woman who kept her best ideas in a drawer. Not literally, but mentally. She had a dozen sketchbooks, unfinished Cricut files and silhouette files, Caesar files, pattern designs she'd never posted, and every time she had a brilliant idea, she'd say, "Maybe later," and tuck it away. One day, her daughter found one of those designs and asked, "Why didn't you ever make this?" The woman replied, "I wasn't sure if it was good enough." Her daughter paused, then said, "But it looks like something we'd see at the store. Maybe someone else needs it." So the interesting thing about that drawer, and even the daughter finding it, is that we all have one. Yes, even me, okay? And today I want to talk about what it looks like to finally unlock that drawer and start treating your creativity like it deserves to be seen. Some of you, I was feeling like some of you really need to hear this, okay? I really find that often we have locked away our ideas, not because it's something that we don't want to show anyone. It's because we are personally afraid of what people are going to say about it. And if you're afraid of that judgment, then this is the episode for you. So if you are locking away all of these ideas in drawers, I'm going to tell you that you need to spend some time thinking about the best ways that you can bring all of those beautiful things to light. So recently when we were doing the barn, I have all of this paper. You guys, I have a ridiculous amount of paper in my life, okay? Being a scrapbooking creative director and, being a silhouette designer means that I own stupid amounts of paper. I love, love, love paper, okay? And I like having paper in all sorts of colors. I have letter size and I have 12 by 12 size. And we went through all of my paper so we could organize it by color and get it all cleaned up and get it, just so it was easy to use in my studio, in the new barn studio. And it ended up that we had paper all over the floor. My two of my kids were helping me with it, and they went through and they sorted everything. And it was just like this really big hot mess. It was really interesting because there was tons of paper that had not seen the light of day. Like they had been sitting under things. So what happened was we found these 12 by 12 papers that had 8.5 by 11, darker or lighter finishes on them where you could see where it had been sitting under other paper. And it's this whole idea that when we lock things away, they do not get better, right? They don't get better. They get worse. They get uglier. They get, messed up. They get discolored. And so the whole idea is the more we lock things away, then the worse they become. The same is true for a lot of things in our lives. Like, for example, we once had a car sitting in our front driveway. It was quite old. And so no one was using it for a while. And so when we went to go turn it on, the battery had died because no one had used it for a while. Things that are used get better and actually are productive. They're a good piece of our lives. And so when we choose to ignore things and lock them away, then they get stale, they get messed up, they get miscolored. And so what I'm telling you here is stop locking your great ideas away. Now, there can be a drawer, and I like this for especially my designers and university students. There can be a drawer where it is stuff that you're going to do later because you're working on stuff now, okay? That's quite different than tucking things away and ignoring them for years and years at a time. Instead, you need to open up that drawer and start pulling things out of it. This new drawer is not going to be a locked drawer. It's an open all the time drawer where you're pulling out great ideas and you're making stuff with it. It's a not yet drawer, like not yet, I'm not going to get to this yet because I'm working on this right now drawer. But it's a drawer that like you're opening up and doing a ton of cool things with, okay? If you have been locking away these ideas, okay, right now you're letting everything rest. You're letting everything be like, I can do this later. I'm going to get to it later. You guys, there has never been a time in my life where I have not been busy now. And every time I look into the future, I'm like busy in the future. It never goes away. And so what I'm going to tell you is it doesn't matter what you have going on now. If you don't carve out the time to use the stuff in your locked drawer now, then it's never going to happen. And I talk to people who are like, I'm going to get to this in 5 years, in 3 years, in 10 years. And they never, ever, ever pull out all those beautiful, wonderful ideas that someone else might need. And that's an interesting part of the story, this whole idea that maybe someone else needs what you have. You bring so many unique talents to the table. You give something different than everything else out there. And especially in this day of AI where people are generating all of this very same looking stuff, your artwork is actually needed out there. Someone is going to love it. That uniqueness is actually important. And so you're thinking about yourself when you lock away these things in a drawer, instead of thinking about other people and what they might need and how they might use it. So do yourself a favor, unlock that drawer, go pull out something today and start working on it. Think about how you can have it help the world in some small way, because we know that really the world changes by very small acts, right? Lots of small acts that lead to big, wonderful things. So I hope you do this today. I love you and I love what you're trying to do. It is so important to you guys. What you're trying to do in this world, create your art, create your design, build a business, make money. These things are important things. They really are. Don't let anyone downplay it for you. There is something important for you here. And I'm really excited because, we are right now, we're at the beginning of a new semester at the university. I'm excited because I'm seeing the students and all the cool things they're doing. I hope that I get to see some of you at our University of Arts and Design. You can find more information on it at uad.education. If you haven't come to a design bootcamp, I hope I get to see you in that. That's always fun at designsuitecourses.com/design bootcamp. Because if you need a little push, that's what we do. We love seeing you move forward and take the challenge to do something incredible and new.
Want to hang out more? Go to designsuitecourses.com/free to get our weekly freebies and patterns, die cut files, and more. Can't wait to see you there.